All right, welcome in. We're here with Don and John, two of our clients. We just recently closed on their brand new house after helping them sell their house in Punta Gorda. We had a lot of great times together. We did a lot of good things, and so I just want to ask them a few questions about their experience working with myself and Karen. So first of all, how did we meet?
The unusual meeting that we had was at a house that had an open house, and Johnny and I were walking through. We had permission on our own to be in the house looking at it, and all of a sudden the door opened and in popped Karen and Barry.
Right.
And
it was an instant click. It was an instant
place
bonding
immediately.
that we felt.
Definitely.
And we didn't even know you were realtors.
It was kind of funny because we thought that you guys were the owners of the house when we went in, and we didn't know, and then we met each other and we started chatting and we started getting to know each other.
Right.
And then you told us that you were in the process of looking for a house and that you needed to first to sell your house before you could start to find the perfect house for you. Next step was that you invited us to your house. We went ahead and took a look at your house. Tell us about how that worked out.
One of the things about Barry and Karen was their professionalism throughout this whole process. Barry and Karen both listened to our concerns on a sell and our concerns on a buy. And I think they nailed how we wanted to sell, and they nailed it on what we wanted to buy in the future. And that bonding that came about was because of our similar likes and what we liked in a house and what we didn't like in a house. And I think with their knowledge of real estate and our wants and desires, they got us in the right direction on our purchase. And Barry, in the tough market that we were in at the time, indicated that just hang in there, you'll have the right buyer. Lo and behold, he came through. He found the right buyer for our house, and we had it sold.
And we're happy. We're very happy with our new home. Very happy with our new home. And they were great. Great.
Exactly. It was a great experience, but I want to really touch on the house that Don and John sold. It looked like a model home. They had it decorated very well. They did an excellent job. They really gave us a great portrait to sell. And so that process was very good. We had some great open houses there, had a lot of great people coming through. But then how we actually found the buyer was through an open house. We were holding an open house, and the family came in from Punta Gorda as well, and they were looking for something bigger and something more spacious. So we introduced them to the property. They really loved it. They loved the way that Don and John had taken care of the property, an excellent job. And so we got it under contract. And then once it was under contract, the next step was finding a new house for them, which was a little bit exciting, but a little nerve-wracking, would you say?
Yeah, a little bit. But we did. We found something. We did.
Yeah.
We found
Don and John had looked at every house, I think, from Northport on down to Bonita Springs to try to find the right house for them, and we helped them with that search, but they eventually we identified the right house.
We easily looked at maybe 300 homes on our own before Barry did a lot. And because he knew what we liked and he saw what our taste was,
Yeah.
he helped steer us to a house, I think, and showed us what we really liked about the house that we were going to buy. And I think that helped us a lot in the process.
very
Definitely, and they were very specific with what they wanted and what they liked. But that's what's important, because when you know what you want and what you like, when you find it, you know the right house. And so now they're happily living here in Port Charlotte, and we're here at the Sunseeker Resort, which is just down the street from their new home. They're getting to enjoy this new life here in Port Charlotte. Let me just ask another couple of quick questions before we move on. But how would you say our communication was throughout the process?
We probably had instant communication via telephone, and when we needed to communicate via email or texting, we had an instant response on the other side. It was always a comfort that Barry read into us, and he answered our questions most of the time before we had to text or email each other.
true. Very true.
Thanks, Don. And we do different types of communication. So whatever communication works best. Some people works text, some people's phone calls. I think our first conversation was through a Zoom. I try to communicate any way that works for you. But so we found the house for them in Port Charlotte. How did you feel about the overall experience, Johnny?
About buying the house?
Buying the house.
So smooth. I couldn't ask for a better
It almost went too smooth. It was like 1 second you were selling your house, the next second you were moving in.
Very smooth until the very last stage, and then you did something.
Yeah.
That was his fault. But everything was fine.
So
Everything's my fault, but yeah.
So would you recommend Karen and I to help?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. 100%.
We closed the same day that we sold and closed on our old
Yeah.
home.
So there's a
And
little-
Barry made that a comfort to us because I thought that could never happen here in
Right.
Florida.
That's it.
We had a tight timeline, but we followed along. We made sure we followed up with everything, and we each step of the way, and we got it done. We accomplished it. But
Barry did a lot of special arrangements for us so that we could move furniture around far more easily than if we didn't have him involved. He really helped us and allowed us into the new house a day early or a couple days early with our furniture, which really helped us.
we were able to work a little magic, but that helped you out a little bit. So, well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Johnny.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Don.
Thank you.
And not only clients, but they've become friends, and we're excited to be moving
Yes.
forward
Yes.
and getting to know each other better. But
Yes.
We highly recommend Barry and
Highly
Carrie.
Yes.
thank you.
you.